All right, yogis, it's that time. Let's start. We'll start in mountain pose. Just make your way up to the top of your mat. We'll start in standing. Just take your time. We'll take a few moments here as we continue to prepare for our practice together. Start your practice by reacquainting yourself with breath. So take a few deep breaths. You might breathe in fully and expansively in your chest, filling up your lungs, and exhale for the release. Good. Next breath in, filling up the chest, even your belly. And exhale. Good. Just continue with slow, steady breaths. Just making this connection. Feel free to close your eyes, or if you keep your eyes open, just a soft gaze downward at the floor is good. Taking a journey inside of self, moving inward, just to deepen this connection. We take these moments to just check in with self, assess how you're feeling at this moment, even aware of what your body might be saying to you, what you may be needing from your moving practice today. Good. Slow, steady breaths in and out. Just notice the feeling of your breath, or even how your body is responding to each breath. The rise and fall of your chest, your belly, even your shoulders or your back. Listening to the sound of your breath. Just simple ways to deepen your connection. Good. And just 3 more breaths here while we stand in stillness. Prepare your body to move. Remember to move at your own pace. Take your time. Rest whenever you need to, and certainly modify any poses we do together. Ready to move? We'll inhale, extend your arms out and up. Just treat it like a good stretch. Reach towards the sky. And exhale, we'll fold forward, so a good hinge from hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you slowly and carefully guide your way down towards your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees. Only rise up halfway, long, flat back. Then exhale to slide back down towards your toes. Now you don't have to touch your toes. Maybe your hands land at your shins or ankles. And wherever you are, just notice how this feels. What's showing up in your body. Stretch down through your legs, your hamstrings, maybe down your back. And feel free to add some movement here. It might be a simple circle of your shoulders, forward and backward. Loosening up your head and neck. So you might nod yes a few times, shake your head no. A little sway of your whole body, left and right. And 2 more breaths here. Good. Just shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees to lower your hips. And start lifting up our body to extend your spine. Then inhale, reaching out and up, reaching for the ceiling. And exhale, you can bring your palms together down to your heart or bring your arms down to your side. Just finishing that flow, that half salute to the sun. Let's move through that sequence again. Here we go. Inhale, reaching out and up. Good. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, soft knees, guiding your way down, either partially down or all the way down. Inhale, rise up halfway. Feel the top of your head lead you forward so you feel an extension of the spine. Exhale, just melt back down to your forward fold, releasing. And your same weight shift into your heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips. We'll inhale and rise up all the way. Another nice stretch. And exhale, hands to heart or arms down to your side. We'll pause here for a moment. Just reconnect to your breath. Take a deep breath. Good. And we'll continue to move. We'll add on to our sequence. Moving at your own pace. Inhale, reaching out and up. Yes, exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise up halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold, all the way down we go. Bend your knees enough so you can reach the floor with your hands. So place your hands near the top edge of your mat, and then walk or step or even hop your feet to the back end of your mat so you're in plank pose. We'll pause here for a moment, just adjusting your hips so they're at shoulder height perhaps. Pressing hands firmly into the floor so you have strong, straight arms. And feel this energy move throughout your entire body. We'll take a breath in. With your exhale, bend your knees slightly and send your hips into the air. Keep knees soft while head and chest just dip or sink between the arms, and you'll be in downward facing dog. You might need to adjust your feet on your mat, maybe even your hands, just to help settle into your pose. You can just hold here, just be in sensation with breath. Or add movement here if it feels good. Yes, you might pedal your feet, pressing one heel down, then the other, just to feel a stretch, perhaps through your toes, or a lengthening stretch quality in your calf muscles. Feel your knees bend. Your hips might even shift side to side. And of course, if you need to, you can always rest by coming down to your knees. Ready to move from here. Full breath in. Filling up your lungs, exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. From here, inhale, rise up halfway, even a little weight shift toward your toes so it feels like you're coming forward. Exhale, melt your way back down. Now shifting weight into your heels. Bend your knees, lower hips, start lifting upper body. Inhale, reach out, then up as you stand tall. This exhale, take chair pose or a chair-like position. Now, you don't have to sit back too deeply or down too far. Just a little bend of knees. Hips feel like they're moving towards the back edge of your mat. Arms extended out front. We'll breathe in. And exhale, dive out of your chair, down towards toes, forward fold. And inhale, rise up halfway, long spine. And exhale, fold all the way down. Bent knees, hands to the earth near the top edge of your mat. Walk, step, or hop feet back to plank pose. Another pause. Just tapping into your own strength. First time we took a shortcut to down dog, you're certainly welcome to do the same thing here. Or if you'd like, with your exhale, finish your push-up. Bend elbows, squeeze them in towards ribs, and just lower your way down. Now you can bring knees to the floor first, then your belly and chest. And if you're going through this sequence, create a back bend. It might be a very low cobra or sphinx or upward facing dog. And then exhale, guiding your hips into the sky. Head and chest dip between the arms, arriving in downward facing dog. Let's add a lunge. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Let's hold for a moment. Allow the body to get longer, reaching back, trying to touch the wall behind you. Hands still pressing firmly into the floor in front, yeah? Breathing in. In your exhale, let's step right foot to the top of the mat or just behind the right hand. That should be good. Turn your left leg to get the whole foot, left foot, entirely on the mat behind you. And shift your weight back a bit so you have more weight in that back foot. No weight perhaps in your hands so you can lift, hinging at the hips, rising up so you're in warrior one. A good reach and a lunge down below. Holding for a moment, just notice the leg sensation, your hips, maybe the left hip flexor getting a little bit of a stretch. It's getting a little outer spiral here, outer rotation of that leg. We'll take a breath in And exhale, we'll hinge and fold, return to the earth, plant your hands, slide right foot back, plank pose. Brief pause as we realign. And you choose the sequence on how you get to downward facing dog. You can always take that shortcut to down dog or a variation of coming down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Then find a back bend that feels good to your body. And then we'll meet together in downward facing. Other side, when you're ready, inhale, extending left leg into the air. We're pausing for a moment just to continue breathing and more extension, length, and space in the body. Let's breathe in, then exhale, step left foot to the top of the mat or behind left hand. Right heel turns to the floor, weight shift back into that foot. Good balance between the feet here. Light hand so you can easily float up right into your warrior one. Settle in. Take some breaths, noticing sensations. Check in with leg strength and support. A little hip flexor stretch, maybe just below the belt line, upper thigh. We'll breathe in, and exhale, we'll fold. Return to the earth, plant the hands. Slide left foot back, plank pose, and complete your sequence as you like. It can be different every time. We'll just meet together in downward facing dog. Good. Let's do that same sequence. We're just going to add one thing. Let's inhale, extend right leg up. Hold for a moment. Feel that extension. Make space, getting longer. And we're going to open the hip by bending the right knee. Bring your heel down towards backside. Yes, lifting the knee slightly. So you feel a bit of a twist or a turn of the hips, opening up towards the right side of the room. Be sure to press both hands firmly into the floor for good balance. We'll breathe in. And exhale, unwind, step through, back to our warrior one, left heel to the earth, find your center and balance, rise up, same thing, we're gonna hold again, reach up, lunge low. And then we're gonna open up to a warrior two, so we're breathing in, and our exhale, opening up to the side of the room, arms down to parallel. Right, yeah, you might need to adjust your feet, just to help you settle into your pose, feeling balanced, feeling strong, good foundation. Good energy in the arms here. Hold for a moment. You've got it, good. Just a big windmill, so the left hand comes up and around. We'll turn, fold, hands to the floor, step back, plank pose. Complete the series as you'd like. Meeting in downward facing dog. Good, feel free to add postures or subtract postures as you're making your sequence of movements to get you to down dog. Other side, inhale, extending left leg into the air, reach and hold, create that space. And then open the hip by bending your left knee, heel down towards backside, slight lift of knee, feel the twist, little turn of the lower half of the body, strong upper body, hands press firmly into the floor. Breathe in, and the exhale, unwind, stepping through, landing lightly, right heel to the earth behind you, shifting weight back, finding your center and balance, and then rising up. Let's hold that warrior one for a moment. Good. Good extension through the arms, lengthening through the sides of the body. Right hip flexor getting a nice opening there. We'll breathe in and exhale, opening up to the side of the room, arms to parallel. Here's our warrior two. There you go. Good adjustment of feet. You might even take them a little wider, a little bit more distance between the feet. Holding here. Nice strong legs, strong foundation, good endurance building up top here. And a windmill, so right hand up and around and down to the floor. Step back, plank pose, and again, just complete your series. We'll meet in down dog. Take a breath or two here. We're going to do a little floor work, so gently bring your knees to the floor. Sit back briefly into hero, then off to the side, swing the legs around to the front. You're going to lie down. So roll down onto your back. Just hug your knees in. Just take a moment to get reacquainted with your breath. Add movement if it feels good. Now your feet are free, so I like to encourage you to maybe circle the ankles, Flex your feet, point your toes, and if you can't, even wiggle your toes. Let's set up for bridge pose, so a back bend. So plant your feet into the earth, feel grounded, feel connected, and when you're ready, breathe in, filling up your lungs, and the exhale giving you energy now to lift your hips away from the ground. Just lifting until they naturally stop. Now you can always keep the hips low, maybe sit on a block or sit in your hands. And if you want space to lift a little higher, what helps me is taking the feet a bit wider than the hips, even taking the feet right out to the edges of the mat, providing a lot more space perhaps for your hips and low back. You might lift up a little higher if that's what you like to do. Now with the upper body, you want to rock your upper body left and right several times to get your arms and shoulders a bit more underneath you. It just kind of creates this opening sensation through the chest. And then to support the upper body lifting, you might bend your elbows so your arms are at 90 degrees, like robot arms, and push your elbows, your triceps and shoulders down into the floor. Yeah, just to help sustain the lift of the upper body. Let's take 3 more breaths here. That's it, good. Then just start to soften your pose, wiggle the feet forward, extend your arms straight up into the air, just making space in your back body so you can make your way all the way down to the floor. Landing lightly, and then extend your legs out front and reach your arms behind you just to create a good stretch through the entire body. Fingertips right down to your toes. That's it. All right, we're going to fire up the body again. Let's draw knees into chest. We're going to rock up to seated, or if it feels better to you, roll to your side and press yourself up to seated so we can work our way into boat pose. You can just rock right up into your boat if you'd like, or kind of step into it, which I typically do. So I start with my knees bent, heels on the floor, flexing the feet, holding on to the bend of the knees just to help extend spine, sitting up tall, and then I'll lean back. Good breathing. Maybe an exhale through the mouth is appropriate here so you can feel the engagement, support. You can stay just like this if you want to, or finding that balance, leaning back, walking the heels back into the feet, just easily float into the air. You might start to extend the legs, even keeping the knees bent, or extend them more. Feet are active, flexed feet or pointed toes. Free hands or continue to hold on. So lots of variations. Let's move from here. Breathe in and exhale. Cross legs, either hands in front or to the side. So you can get the legs unfolded back behind you into plank pose. From here, you're going to gently set your right knee onto the floor underneath your hip. So it's a straight line up and down. You're going to swing your right foot off to the right side. It might even be off the mat. We're going to open up sideways here to a side plank pose, a variation with the knee on the ground. If you need to pad your knee, you can fold your mat underneath it, or if you've got that blanket nearby, you can place the blanket underneath the knee. Now you can stay just like this, or even extend and reach overhead with this left hand. You can even lift the left foot, flexing the foot just to keep the leg active. Just some variations here. Nice. Let's breathe in and exhale. A careful return to the earth. Bring your left hand to the floor, left knee down next to the other, and bring that kickstand back in, that right foot. Pausing for a moment, we'll flow through cat-cow. So an inhale for cow, that's our back bend. And exhale, cat pose. Maybe do that a couple more times. Just so you can feel, yes, the undulation of spine. Some good mobility through the hips. There we go. All right, we're going to do the other side. So we're going to swing the left foot off to the left side, making a kickstand. Right leg extends back. You can keep the toes on the floor, but then open up sideways here. Just extending right hand initially up into the air. Right, of course, you can stay just like that for your pose. There you go. I'm going to add more sensation or challenge. You might extend right hand overhead, reaching towards the front of the room through your fingertips, finding that balance. So you maybe float the right foot into the air. Do activate the foot. That'll give you that energy and strength in the leg so it stays in the air. Let's breathe in. And our exhale, careful return to the earth, right hand, right knee. Bring the left foot back in. Another set of cat-cow. Good, do one more. Hold cat pose. While in cat, still breathe, of course. Tuck toes. You might even step hands forward a little bit. And then lift knees into the air, hips to sky. Head and chest dip between arms. You'll be in down dog. All right, nice vinyasa flow, but go at your own pace. Same sequence. We're going to inhale, extend right leg up. Reach, bend, and twist. That's bending the knee and lifting the knee to create a bit of a twist in the lower half of the body. There you go. Unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel to the earth. Find your center and balance. Then rise to your warrior one. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Make some adjustments. We'll add on here a side angle. Reach forward to angle the upper half of the body. Rotate the arms. So right hand is reaching towards the floor, left hand towards the sky. Now you might be able to touch the floor or bring in a block if you have one. You're certainly welcome to stay much higher up. You don't have to touch the ground. Your hand or arm could rest on your thigh here. Let's take a breath in. And exhale, return to the earth, fold and turn, hands to the floor, slide right foot back, plank pose. Just take a shortcut to down dog. So just bend your knees, hips into the air, arriving in down dog. Other side, when you're ready to move, inhale, extend left leg up, bend the knee, a little lift of the knee to create the twist. A little opening, there it is. Unwind, step through, back to warrior one. Root right heel into the earth behind you. Find your balance. Rise when you're ready. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Adjustment of feet. Side angle, reaching forward. There's our angled upper body, rotating arms here. Again, perfectly fine to stay up high in the pose. Or only if it feels good, going a little lower and deeper. Good breathing. Let's continue. Take a breath in. And our exhale, return to the floor with the hands. Slide left foot back, plank pose. Still okay to take a shortcut or follow through, finishing the full vinyasa if you'd like. Pausing for a breath in down dog. Let's return to standing. On your next exhale, bend your knees so you can walk, step, or hop. Both feet up to the top of your mat for your forward fold. Inhale, extend through spine, your halfway lift. And fold again. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees to lower hips. We'll start lifting upper body with an inhale, reaching out and up. There it is. Exhale, arms down to your side. Good. Take a moment, tap into breathing. A little body check in, get a sip of water if you need to. All right, I'm going to add a balancing pose here, tree pose. So knowing it as a balancing posture, standing balancing posture, but also a hip opener too. All right, so grounded and balanced on 2 feet. Soften the knees a little bit, then start shifting your weight into your right foot. Plugged and planted. We'll inhale, get tall, just fill the lungs. Exhale, draw your belly button in, good strength, Uddiyana Bandha. We'll float the left foot up, bending the knee, maybe thigh ends at parallel to the floor, good flexed foot for an active leg, and just swing the knee out until it naturally stops, because it could be here, which is fine. It might go farther. We're going to place the foot on the inside of the standing leg. You can grab ankle or shin and bring it up high, hold it there above the knee if you want, or take it lower, or lower still. Use the floor if you need it. And inhale, extend the arms up, reaching, lift. So there is a sensation here of growing tall, the limbs of the tree, but certainly rooted into the earth, grounded, moving in these 2 directions, creating more space for the whole center of the body, particularly in the hips. So your left knee might even point a bit more towards the side of the room. Nice hip opening there. Good focus, good balance, good breathing. Well done. Hold. Nice. We'll keep arms extended. We'll swing left knee forward, lifting your knee with the flexed foot. Plant the foot into the ground, rebalancing on 2 feet, and just bring your arms back down to your side. Done with that. Shake it out. Check in with your right foot and your toes there. Yep, there you go. And just get set up for the other side. Just make your way back to mountain pose, balanced on 2 feet. Good. Yeah, softening the knees. Little weight shift into left foot. Plug it into the earth. Inhale, grow tall, lengthen spine, fill your lungs. Exhale, engage. Good support as we now pick up the right foot, bending the knee. We'll swing this out until it naturally stops. And we'll plug it into this standing leg, high, medium, or low. When you've got it set, an inhale to take your arms up into the sky, reaching through fingertips, energized arms. It's okay if they go out. It's okay if they bend. Just active in the arms, hands, and fingers. Rooted into the earth, breathing with the dynamic. Even through the mouth is fine. Keeping that core engagement, assisting your balance and your focus. Yes. Love it. With steady trees in here. Good. Keep arms as they are. We'll swing the right knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot. Plant the foot into the ground. Yes, arms return to your side. Finishing. Good. It was lovely. It was just a forest of just these still trees. Very nice. All right, let's add on. Inhale, reaching into the sky. Exhale, chair pose, sitting back and down. And we'll breathe in. And exhale, dive out of your chair, back down towards toes, forward fold. Move at your own pace. Inhale, rise up halfway. Crown leads you forward. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, hands to the earth. Hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or a cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg up. Bend and twist open. Hold for a second just to see if you can open up a little bit more. Then unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, back to warrior one. Root back into that back foot. Light hands to help you float up. Exhale, opening warrior two. All right, settle in. Let's reverse the warrior this time. So maybe flipping right palm up and reaching up. It might be sloped up and forward. It might be straight up at 12 o'clock or even behind you slightly. A little bend in the torso. Yeah, and getting a good length and opening through the right side. Feeling like you can breathe between each rib. A big cartwheel out of the pose, around and down to the floor. Okay, stepping back, plank pose, pause and plank. From here, you're going to pick up your right foot, just an inch or so off the floor, barely lifting it. But since it's free and off the ground, reaching back through your heel or pointed toes, just to keep it active. And we just did tree pose. We're going to do what I call fallen tree. So you're just going to touch maybe your calf or ankle with your right set of toes. Just touch, okay? You don't have to put any pressure there, but the right knee wants to drop to the floor, doesn't it? So you have to actively lift so it's pointing to the side of the room, like tree pose. All right, step back and finish your sequence. You can just take a shortcut to down dog, finish a full vinyasa. You can certainly rest if you need to. That was a lot of upper body work. Wonderful. Moving when you're ready. Inhale, extend the left leg into the air. Bend and twist. Hold, stay there, or just see if you can open up a little bit more. Then unwind, step through when you're ready. Setting up for your warrior one. Planted left foot, right heel to the earth behind you, also planted. Rising here, first warrior. Exhale, opening, warrior two. Settling in. And here comes our reversed warrior. Left hand reaching up, just finding that space that feels correct to you and the sensation you want to create. Listening to your body. Never needing to stress it or push it farther than it really needs to go. Good opening through the left side. Good, here we go. And a big windmill or cartwheel out of the pose. Back down to the earth, both hands. Step back, plank pose just to get settled. And then picking up left foot. Actively reaching through your foot. And then our fallen tree. Just toes touching the calf or ankle. Lifting the knee so it's pointing to the left side of the room. Good, not easy. Stepping back, plank pose, and finish your sequence. Alrighty, let's do a little break here by bringing knees to the floor. Take child's pose, so you might take the knees a little wider and just sit back down to a comfort place. A little bit of rest. Rest for the hands after being in those dynamic postures. Tuning into breathing. Good. Holding for a moment longer. Wonderful. Let's take 3 more breaths right where you are. And then slowly rise to hero pose. So hero pose, just kind of sitting on the haunches. Now, if this is too much pressure on your knees or ankles, just take a regular seat. You can just sit down or sit on a block. And let me just show you what's going to happen next. This is why you have a blanket. Hopefully everyone has a blanket, because that will come in handy for this next part. And you'll need some space. So we may need to do a little moving around here for a moment, because you're going to need some floor space. We're doing frog pose. So I'm placing one knee on my blanket on the floor and keeping the other knee on my mat, which I folded for a little extra padding. And just very slowly, I'm just going to slide out. I'm just going to pause, just take my time to find the stretch that I need and want. But I'm also going to check in with body. As I take that slide out, I'm going to pause and kind of take a look back. So I want to keep this alignment of knee to ankle, straight line. So shin maybe adjacent or parallel to the edge of your mat or blanket. Just be aware if your foot's pulled in, just kind of kicking that out, feet turned out, kind of like frog's feet there, okay? Knee to ankle, and then the same thing as you kind of slide out, kind of this hip to knee alignment is kind of in line there too. That might change depending on creating the sensation you want for the inner legs. Now I'm just going to go a little deeper here. This is about as far as I'll take it for kind of a gentle stretch. I probably could go further, but I'm going to let my body kind of get used to this position. And if you needed to, if you don't go down too low or need more support for your torso, you can grab a bolster and just kind of tuck it underneath here, okay, and hold here. Now, once we get into this posture, let me turn this way so you can maybe see this. Just be aware, okay, one thing, heels in, that's a different sensation than heels out. Another different sensation would be sitting back, especially if the feet are together, sitting back. So I can go down here. I don't feel much in this posture here. Same thing if you go too far forward. I can go all the way down, but I'm not feeling anything, or not much, okay? So finding that centered place. It'll be a forward for some, a little back for others, okay? Some of you may not feel a whole lot at all, but just finding that sweet spot to hold and breathe here, okay? All right, so let's do a little maneuvering to find space. You might just need to turn sideways and be at the edge of, front of your mat, or turn about the side of your mat. And just use a blanket for that sliding prop. Good. Maybe going a little bit out, check in, kind of look behind you, check in with that alignment with knees and ankles. If you can, kind of flick the feet out, you can do that. It's like you're flexing your feet a little bit, but turned out. And then just keep sliding until you get to that place where you're not overstretching, because you can easily overstretch this, right? It's going to be on the in, yes. The question was, there's pressure on top of the knee. If you can get more to the inside of the leg there, or it gets some more padding. If you can't really get to the inside portion of that leg, that's a good point. Because this certainly gets those joints, knees, hips, right, ankles even. Good, everybody. Yes. You can just hold in stillness and be with body and breath and sensation here. Sometimes what I like to do is do a very slow, gentle kind of rock forward and back. Just forward and back, barely even moving. It's like a massage kind of sensation, but it's very gentle. There you go. Good, about 3 more breaths. Coming back to stillness, to come out of the pose, a good engagement with an exhale to engage core, your belly, a little squeeze of the inner leg so you can slide your blanket back towards yourself. Just come back up onto your mat, be on hands and knees. And why don't we just flow through cat and cow a few times. Good. One more breath, cat and cow. Hold cat pose. That's the rounded spine. Stay there, tuck toes, maybe step hands forward, and then move to down dog. So lifting the knees, hips into the sky. That should re-extend the spine. Good. Here we go. Inhale, extend right leg up. Good. Let's keep it straight. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Stay here in this runner's lunge. If that blanket's still handy, bring it in underneath you so you can set your left knee on the blanket. Let's all rise up. So your hands are on your right thigh here. Lean back a little bit just to take some weight off this front foot. And we'll take it forward. Just wiggle it way out front. Okay, just changing out of this 90-degree angle so that you can kind of lunge a little deeper. What you may also do before the lunge is actually take this right foot off to the right side, and even turning the foot and knee so they're kind of out at an angle, pointing out at an angle rather than straight forward. And then kind of lunge kind of directly forward as best as you can. So we're getting into this left hip flexor, but we're going to add something. You might bring hands or fingertips to the floor or a block if you can't quite reach the floor. Okay. Now, this is another posture where you can get pretty deep. Just be very mindful, very careful so you don't overstretch. Okay? So maybe certainly feeling this perhaps in your right inner leg. We just did that in frog pose, but also the left hip flexor. Here's the added piece. I'm going to take my left hand a little bit more off to the left side, either on the floor or a block. Free the right hand and just a little press this right leg away. Okay, you might even kind of roll to the edge of your right foot, outside edge of the foot, and almost leaning back too, like you're pushing the leg away and leaning away from it. Just a different sensation. You've got it. Yes. Good. 2 more breaths. All right, releasing that push action. Both hands to the floor, still kind of leaning off to the left side here so I can actually bring this right knee back down to the floor. It might just be on the blanket there. Just come back to a neutral tabletop for a moment. Okay, tuck toes, lift knees and hips into the sky. Let's do the other side. So an inhale to extend left leg into the air, so keep it straight. Left foot to the top of the mat. Pausing here in our runner's lunge, and we'll set the right knee onto the floor. So same setup. Come up to the thigh. Wiggle that foot forward. And then maybe off to the left side. We'll turn so it's at an angle. Slight lunge. Forward. Maybe hands to the floor or block. And kind of get into this sensation first. I'm stepping right hand off to the right side so I can lean into that right hand and free the left hand so I can press this left leg away, just kind of rolling to the outside edge of that foot. There we go. 2 more breaths. All right, coming out of that push, hands to the floor, kind of off to the right side so you can easily take this left knee back, center yourself, maybe 2 or 3 breaths, cat and cow, and just finish in hero pose again. All right, come to a hero pose. All right, let's see if I can get into this sequence here. Let me just show you. So from a down dog, I'm going to extend right leg up and away, bend and twist. And just see if I can open up a little bit more. Unwind, stepping through. Warrior 1, balanced, rising, floating up. Exhale, here's a warrior 2 and a reverse warrior, reaching up and slightly back. Then right into a side angle, just really maximizing this little inner leg stretch. Okay, I'm going to turn and fold. Rise up onto tiptoes behind me here and slide right foot back. I'm doing that fallen tree. Okay, right there. But how I'm going to finish, actually, I need to bring my blanket over to my right side. Okay, so here's my fallen tree. I'm just going to kind of move the toes just kind of out to the side, so I'm kind of hitting frog leg here. Gently land on the blanket. Knee down, slide into frog pose. We're not going to hold these very long. Then we'll come back. Because you only have one blanket, just have you switch it over. We'll do the other side, okay? All righty, so let's see if we can set that up. So maybe, again, we need to maneuver mats a little bit, make sure you have some space on either side of you, and start with your blanket on your right side. And then we'll move into downward facing dog. I'll guide you into the flow. Let's meet together in down dog. Inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist. See if you can open up a little bit more, like you're going to step over, but we're not. Unwind, step through, warrior 1. Plant that back heel, rise, open, warrior 2. Reversed warrior. Good, side angle, right hand down, left hand up, even overhead if you'd like. All right, turn and fold, hands to the floor. Slide right foot back, plank with right foot lifted, fallen tree. Toes as touch the inner leg. Make sure your knee is lifting and pointing to the side of the room. Release the toes from the foot, creating a flying frog leg. Bring that knee to the blanket. Left knee to the floor, slide out. And these don't have to be too low or too deep. Just a few breaths. Good job. 3 more breaths. Nice, and if you are using that blanket, we're just sliding it back in. Return to your own mat. If you're using a blanket, maybe get it to the other side of you. And return to down dog, setting up for the other side. And when you're ready, inhale, extend left leg into the air. Bend and twist. Check in to see if you can go a little further. That's it. Unwind. Step through warrior 1. Back heel planted. Rise when you're ready. Open warrior 2. Settle in. Make your adjustments. Reversed warrior. Get these side bends and openings. Side angle. Here we go. Breathe in. And our exhale, turn and fold. Hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose, left foot lifted. Energize the body. Fallen tree. Toes touch the calf or ankle. Lifting knee, pointing to the side of the room. Free that foot. Flying frog leg. Bring that knee to the blanket perhaps, or just down to the ground is fine. And then right knee down, slide away. About 5 to 6 breaths. Take your time. Good. Getting ready to engage so you can slide that blanket back in. Both knees on the blanket. Once again, get that blanket on the other side if you're using it. And sit back into hero. All right, last sequence that we'll add on here. We're going to start in tree pose. So going back to a regular standing tree. Our transition from here. Good reach. I'm going to have a swing, in this case, left knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot. Bend the right knee, so you kind of drop down, bending the knee. Tip, hinge, and create this good balance by extending arms forward out in front of you there, while leg extends back. We have a little bit of a balance. Bend the knee enough so you can set the toes down behind you. We'll finish in a high lunge. And then we'll continue from here. Okay, warrior, reversed warrior, side angle. Same thing with our fallen tree, front flying frog leg. I just made that up. Slide. We're going to come right back. You're going to slide, a little stretch, and come right back out of it. Okay? All right, so downward facing dog. Let's get ourselves to standing. Starting in down dog. Exhale, walk, step or hop feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, extend through spine. Half lift, good. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming up, nice stretch. Exhale, arms down to your side. Good. All right, shake it out. Ready to go here. Starting in our mountain pose, softening in the knees. Weight shift into right foot, plugging it in. Nice and tall, feel the lungs, engage your core. We're picking up left foot, swinging it out. Okay, you can see it's very similar to our frog pose segments. And then foot to the inner leg. I always default to my calf. And arms up into the air. Good lift. So just be aware if you are sunken into your pose. Okay, can you lift and free the body? Lift. Reaching high, let's swing left knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot, bend the right knee, so you'll kind of drop, tip, extend left leg back, keep bending right knee so you can set the toes down behind you into your high lunge setup, and then rise up. There's our high lunge. Then go ahead and open it. You've got it, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, reach, side angle, right hand down, left hand up, maybe overhead. Turn, hands to the floor, step back, plank, right foot lifted, fallen tree, lifting the knee. Free the foot, frog leg, down to the blanket or just down to the mat. Left knee down, slide. Find that stretch. And then come right back. Squeeze and draw that all back in. Get blanket to the other side. Down dog. Next, exhale, hop, step, or walk. Feet back up to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming up, reaching high. And arms down to your side to finish. Right away. Soft knees, weight shift into left foot. We're getting tall, filling up. Exhaling to engage, right foot lift, swing it out, plug it in. Long, extended body, open body here. Here's our balance. And then we'll swing right knee forward, lifting knee, flexed foot, bend the left knee, hinge, extend, bend the left knee so you can set right set of toes on the floor, rise up, there's our high lunge. Then go ahead and open it to your warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Nice hip work, nice side body work. Breathe in. Exhale, turn, hands to the floor, back to plank pose, left foot lifted. Fallen tree, lift the knee, free the foot. Here's our frog leg, down to the ground. Right knee down, slide. Coming right back, squeeze. Stay here on hands and knees, just a cat-cow flow. 2 or 3 times. Good. When you're set, gently sit back briefly into hero, then off to the side. So you can bring the legs around to the front. We're going to lie down again. So make space behind you. You can use your blanket for a little headrest if you need it. Hug the knees in. How about a fallen frog? Okay, a light flex of the feet. Just take the legs wide. Okay, maybe a resting frog. Holding for a breath or two. Now you can stay just like this, or if you'd like, go fully into fully into your happy baby pose, if you'd like. Or really any other hip opener that's calling to you that would feel good at this moment. Could be reclining cobbler's pose, reclining pigeon pose, or eye of the needle pose. So take the time that you need for that final hip opening posture. Then finish with any other pose that would feel good to you. You might add a twist, maybe another back bend, an inverted pose, anything that your body is asking for, something your body would appreciate. There we go, nice. Good. Consider this your personal closing sequence, moving in a way that feels good to your body, what you're needing at this moment. Maybe another minute or so. Eventually, just bringing your body to stillness in a restorative position that, of course, certainly can be Shavasana or any other posture that would feel restorative to you, very relaxing. You can allow your body to disengage, to let go. Let your breath support you. Let the ground support you as you take this moment of personal meditation. Remain in stillness. Stay right here. Just take a deep breath in and out, just in case your mind began to wander. The deep breath just to bring you back to this moment. Remain in stillness. Take a deep breath. Come back to self. Come back to this moment. And now with this awareness of self and breath, take another 5 slow, deep breaths. Feel a new energy emerge within you. Feel your breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. Prana, this life force moving through you. When you've completed those 5 breaths, take another 5 breaths. This time, adding movement to your body. Feel movement return. The energy you've sourced from within, now creating movement. Generating enough energy, enough movement until you're ready to slowly and carefully roll to one side of your body. And using your next breath to help guide you up to a seated position. Once you're here, just sitting up as tall as you can, just feel the lengthening in your spine. Relax shoulders. Maybe your arms are just relaxed. Hands resting in your lap or on your knees. You can stay just like this, or bring hands to heart center. And wherever you are, just take one more full breath in and out. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.